welcome you back to a very nice place, the Irvin J. Nutter Center in Dayton, Ohio. The hometown Wings, a very good first half, and everybody thinks of Alfrederick Hughes, Tom Nasulke, but if we look at these statistics, there was pretty good balance by Dayton. Eddie Hughes was a star, but how about Jaron Jackson? He had 20.
Well, he hit the threes. That was a big thing. He hit the threes when they needed him. Another thing is Chip England and Jerry Stroman have really been held down. Each of them have 6 points. There's no way that Calgary has a chance to win unless those two players get hot here in the second half.
So Jackson on the offense with 20 points and a couple of rebounds, and Alfrederick Hughes 6 points and 7 rebounds. You look the other way, Carlos Clark with 8 and 5 rebounds. The rebounding edge really went to Calgary, and I look at that, I'm a little surprised.
Of course, Dayton had a big edge early, and then Calgary came back, fought back. The game isn't over yet, but I think that Calgary needs to now, here in the first 4 or 5 minutes, really get going, or Dayton can just run them right out of here.
Hey, how do they get going? What do they do differently than they did in the first half?
They've got to do something to get Chip England off. Now, up to now, Brooks Steppe, for starters, has done a great job on Chip. Has made it very, very tough for him to come off those baseline screens that he loves, and when he spots up, they're doing a good job of getting out on him very, very quickly.
McDonald, Springs, Steppe. It looks like Joe Ward's going to start the second half along with Alfrederick Hughes. No, Eddie Hughes comes out. England, Stroman, Clark, Perry Young, and Jim Thomas will start for Calgary. Again, the halftime score, 15-point advantage, 59-44. Dayton, and they get to draw first blood here in the second half. Crowd is up with Calgary's used to big crowds, but they pack them in there, about 7,000 a game. And there's another big play for Dayton, which parries Calgary right off the bat. The opposite way the 88s needed to start.
Look, Calgary, you mentioned attendance. Calgary had 10,000 last week, and their arenas configured at about 9,000 for basketball, so they had more than a sellout crowd.
The foul before the shot, so no harm yet for Calgary. McDonald finds the handle. Really attacked them in Canada everywhere. This has been a franchise that has done well attendance-wise too. So Calgary has a chance to come back, and there's the nice pass to Carlos Clark. He's got 10 in the game.
Well, Carlos is playing about the way he normally plays, but Chip England and Stroman are not up to right now.
Eddie Hughes, the nice kick, and here's Alfrederick Hughes. No. Rebound inside and a foul. I think Albert Springs worked the offensive boards and picked up the foul. Roger Lyons says we can't get a break. Nice no-look pass by Springs, knocked away though, off of Calgary. And Brooks Steppe, something in the eye there. He might have gotten nicked. Good no-look pass, huh?
Yeah, Albert's doing some things he didn't do last year at Memphis.
He's become a star here.
Yeah.
Got away from you, huh?
That's exactly right.
Crowd up and stomping. It's noisy here in Dayton. Hughes, no, he used the left hand, wouldn't go, and a loose ball foul. It'll be against Calgary. Carlos Clark. I love coming here, Tom. This place, the electricity tonight, the WBL games, the fast pace and the way the crowd's getting into it here and in Canada really makes you want to come to more.
Oh yeah, this crowd is great here tonight. A great place to play. The game management's terrific. Everything about it is great.
England kicks out to Stroman, and there's the loose ball foul. Now we talk about how it's a non-contact sport. Let's see. Watch after the play.
Well, there's one foul. There's 2 fouls. Very good defense. Dayton does a good job of coming over on the weak side.
Are you saying
helping out?
Are you saying fouls are good defense? You counted 2 there.
Yeah, I think fouls are good defense at times, especially early.
Yeah,
There's a great shot of that WBL ball.
Yeah, the rubber ball wouldn't have stayed up there. It's that leather, that fine-tuned piece of equipment. There's an interesting story. They're going to need to get somebody to come out by. And they got that rubber ball going. This leather ball was developed by a couple in Colorado, Rick and Michelle Ledinican. And they had some problems finding color dyes that wouldn't run, reapplying the proper polyurethane coating, standardizing the design process. It took a while, and they finally figured it all out, and now this thing's going to be an item. In the meantime, Eddie Hughes has been the item for Dayton. He and Aaron Jackson, that one won't go, and Springs with the offensive board. Out to McDonald, they miss. Springs again, it won't go. And finally, Calgary gets the ball. Down 13. 7 minutes, 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Clark finds England. Wide open. Jim Thomas. Yeah, and that's a three. And did the 88s need that or what? He's got 8 and 9.
You can just look at the defensive intensity now that Calgary is coming up with. It's an entirely different club. They're starting the second half, but they have to make their move in the next few minutes.
10-point game. They once trailed by 17. No. McDonald keeps it alive for the Wings. No look pass. Alfredrick Hughes had it blocked, but a foul called. Clark again. That's the third on Carlos. These fans are still standing, Tom.
There's Alfredrick. He's a guy that plays as hard as anybody in this league plays.
That block almost looked like all ball.
That did. Good free throw shooter.
He's just good all the way around. Nice interview with him. You had at halftime.
He sounded like he's anxious to get back to Amsterdam to the Harlem tournament. I got to tell Bob Morris that now. We get back to make sure he pencils Alfredrick in for that tour this winter.
Well, really, he is one of the WBL All-Stars, the superstars, I should say. I mean, he plays on winning teams, and he travels with the All-Star teams, and plays in Italy on occasion. I mean, he's just a top-notch player. He got that one too. So they needed a couple to keep momentum their way, and Alfredrick delivered. Great pass inside. And Springs with the foul. Stroman with a very important bucket for Calgary. It's back down to 10.
This is a situation now where you don't want to foul. Stroman has got good position. They need to just either grab him right now before he shoots the ball or let him take the two. You don't want a three-point play.
Stroman's been quiet, only 6 points in this game. Now he's got 9 with that play.
The tough thing is with a player like Jerry Stroman, you get him off, maybe you can keep him quiet, but you get him a couple points early and he's going to start saying, hey, this is kind of easy again. I better get going.
It's hot. It's trouble for Dayton, and they've cut it now under double digits. They're down 9. Steppe with the quick step. Right by England. He was on the baseline. It'll belong to Calgary. Crowd for the first time since midway in the second quarter, kind of quiet. And a turnover. Oh no, they wanted to bring it in without the ball being touched, but I think there was a delay, so the referee had to touch it. It still belongs to Calgary, and we may have a game here real quick. Steppe all over England. There's Clark, tries the quick turn. Drew the foul, made the bucket, and a big play by Carlos Clark for Calgary.
That was a terrific one-on-one move by Carlos. He gets the ball over in the wing. There he brings it back between his legs. Nice drive to the basket. Good body control. Gets the basket and the foul.
Got McDonald to reach in. And we've got a ball game suddenly. That 17-point lead Dayton once owned is now down to just 7.
Step, the ball. Power moves.
Only one shoe is cool enough to be the choice of the World Basketball League. Introducing the WBL Pro from Tevas, the only shoe with a patented airflow system that draws cool air in and pushes hot air out, so your feet stay cool, dry, and comfortable, no matter how hot you get. The new WBL Pro from Tevas, the coolest shoe in the world, Basketball League.
Power buying saves, save at Farmore.
Power buying is rolling your way, bringing big savings to the newest Farmore store. At Farmore, we only buy when we get a terrific deal. Then we buy in tremendous quantities. That's power buying, and that saves you up to 50% on thousands of name brands every day. Farmore Power Buying gives you far more buying power.
Power buying saves, save at Farmore.
Shop the Farmore not far from you.
Thursday night, get a look at some of baseball's future stars as the Kane County Cougars invade South Bend to take on the White Sox. Class A baseball comes your way Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern on Sports Channel America. Carlos Clark to the line, trying to complete a three-point play. His team trailed by 17 not long ago. Suddenly, it's a 7-point game, and Carlos can cut it to 6.
Again, Dave, it was defense. You could tell when Calgary came out in the second half, they were dedicated to doing the job defensively, and that in turn has just turned everything around for them.
Clark with 13 makes it a 61-55 game, and Dayton will try to figure out how to get Mo back. Here's a motion offense. Hughes pulls the trigger for 3. No, a 2. What a big play.
That was really a big basket. I was just going to say before he hit that shot, Jim Thomas has done a great job on Eddie Hughes coming out here in the third quarter.
Stuckey with the move. Yes.
Kelby Stuckey is a first-year player from Southwest Missouri State. He's done a great job for the 88s. Very good, very, very strong rebounder.
First minutes of playing time. First shot he took, and he made it. Here's Alfred Hughes with 3 Oh, big rebound by Stuckey, who's come off the bench and immediately contributed. 63-57. Thomas finds Clark, and he puts it in with the right hand. Clark with 7 in this quarter, and now it's a 4-point game, 63-59. Steppe back to Hughes. Eddie will shoot for 3. Oh, wow. 5 in a row for that man. 66-59. Thomas. No. And Steppe found the handle in a hurry. England was in his face. Brooke has to kick it outside. See a little shove of Frederick Hughes gave Thomas. And that shot by McDonald from the corner. Suddenly now Dayton answering the Calgary run. Back to a 9-point lead. Foul, Eddie Hughes. Watch the little guy move.
But Hughes is a very, very active player. He knows that he's outsized in there, and so he tries to come around and front Jim Thomas.
Dayton leads by 9 again, 68-59, and we pause now for a regional break. Sports Channel America's exclusive coverage of the WBL will continue in 1 moment.
Ned's, Milwaukee's original pizza chain, presents The History of Pizza. It's a common misperception that pizza originated in Italy. False. Pizza was actually discovered by native Milwaukeean Ned in 1959. Ned's is Milwaukee's original pizza chain. We make original pizzas with original toppings. So don't be shackled by the national pizza chains. Call the pizza chain with a link to Milwaukee. Call Ned's, Milwaukee's original pizza chain.
The tents are up and the prices are down on America's best-selling new cars at your 5-star Honda dealers. During our 9-day tent sale, we're making it easy to drive home an American-made Accord LX with all this for only $199 a month. Plus, new Civics, Preludes, and CRXs come with huge tent sale discounts. Get top dollar for your trade and on-the-spot financing. But hurry, our tent sale ends Saturday night at David Hobbs, Frank Gentile, Wild Honda, Honda City, and Russ Darrow. Don't miss it.
You've seen the WBL ball. How about the all-world WBL shoe with airflow?
Well, it's made by Tevas. It's a company in Erie, Pennsylvania, and all the players must wear it. If they do not wear it, they have to have a doctor's reason, because there are some shoes that, you know, that don't fit you as well as others. So if you see a player in the WBL without a Tevas shoe on, it's because he does have a physician's permission.
And there is the ball. You saw that. Now we're back to action. Calgary won the last time they played. They've really won the last two. That one is answered. Stuckey again has come off the bench and really played well. 7-point contest. Has Eddie Hughes rested in this game? I can't remember him taking a breather.
Yeah, he was out some in the first half.
68-61. Stroman. Here's England. Finally gets loose for the three, and he made it good.
Well, that was a tough shot by Chip England. It was, the defender was right in his face, went right up over him and hit the three.
He's about half his average at 9 right now, and it's a 4-point game once again. 88s had cut it to 4 earlier. Aaron Jackson, a deuce. His high for the year is 25. He's got 22 at the moment. Stroman takes Jackson inside, and Jackson had to foul to stop the leading candidate to be Rookie of the Year, Jerry Stroman from the University of Utah.
Stroman was really out of basketball for a couple of years. He's had some severe knee problems, and now he seems to be all right. He's having a terrific year this year.
5th Dayton team foul, so Stroman, who was fouled before the shot, goes to the line. 3 in the quarter, 9 in the game, make it double figures. And the lead is back to 5, 70-65. You get the feeling this one's going to go down to the wire, and we may be playing to 7.
There's a very good chance that it could. Kelsey Weems is in the game now, and you'll see Calgary will play a little bit differently. They'll be pushing the ball even more. Weems has got that great acceleration, does a nice job of getting the basket and kicking outside.
Stroman missed that one. It's a 5-point game. Troy Lewis back in, and so is Ward. These are the super subs that did such a great job in the second quarter. McDonald with a save. Ward on Clark, forced it. No. And Stuckey with another rebound. Stroman. Clark had it blocked by Ward. Here comes Dayton. Good defensive play by Calgary. Here's a 3-on-2. Weems draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul. I'm not sure who it was on. It's on here.
Now there's the pass. Bad pass, the interception. Now Weems is very, very good at finding a gap in the defense. There it is, getting to the basket, and there he was fouled. Gets the 2.
That's his 7th point, and it's 70-66. They've been here twice. They were down 17, Calgary was, in the second quarter. They cut it to 4 2 times, and there's the 3rd. They had a chance to cut it to 3, and now it could go to 2. And Hegwood, just in the game, made the big play. Got it, and draws the foul. Weems really set that up, though, for John Hegwood from San Francisco, a 6'4", 200-pounder. Ward on the foul, and that's a big play.
There's a great crossover dribble by Weems. Nice job of finding Hegwood. There's a foul right there. I keep likening Weems to Andre Turner, and hopefully he'll do the same kind of job that Andre did. But he has a great acceleration, does a great job of finding that seam in the defense and getting to the basket.
Andre's a better free throw shooter. This young man shoots only 59%. Hits one of the 2, and so it is a 3-point lead. 70-67 Dayton. Will Tramp at half court, easily beaten. Here's, when it counts, does he miss? He's got 20 in the contest now, and there was a big 3. 6-point lead for Dayton. Steve Smith had a double clutch. Stroman. Yes, and he answers with a big three. And this game is starting to get very interesting indeed. 73-70. Hegwood with authority.
Now that was really an ill-advised shot there, you know, when you're trying to cut down a run to take that three.
What a move, Stroman, who's hit 5 points consecutively now, and it's a one-point contest, 73-72. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Dayton led by 15 at the break. They once were up by 17. Ward, yes, and what a running hook that shot was. 75-72. Minute 42 left in the third quarter. Weems for three. No. Good rebound. Stuckey, and he stuck it back.
What a difference he's made since he's come in the game.
6
Kelby
points.
Stuckey.
Oh, a near steal, and he was on the sideline. It'll belong to Dayton, and Calgary wants to call timeout. They like the run. They have been absolutely amazing. A minute 28 to go. Let me take this opportunity to remind you the World Basketball League Game of the Week returns next Saturday at a special time beginning at 9 o'clock Eastern. Sports Channel America presents live coverage of the Erie Wave against the Calgary 88s. That's the WBL Game of the Week coming up this Saturday at 9 o'clock Eastern, a different time, 6 Pacific, only on Sports Channel America. This event may not be available in all areas, so we ask you to consult your listings for further details. Good look at the cheerleaders from.
Watch Stroman now. He gets the baseline. Terrific move to come back up inside, power the ball, get the layup.
And there's the girls we talked about. They'll be in Hawaii at the Hula Bowl in the fall. Really quick turnaround. You talked about having to get England in the game. Well, he did hit a big three, but I believe it was the defense that Calgary didn't play maybe in the second quarter that prompted them to get back in this thing in the third.
No, that's right, Dave, because they came out and you could just see the look in their eyes, especially Jim Thomas. He came out, even though Eddie Hughes did hit a couple of threes, Jim Thomas came out and really got down and played him and stopped him from creating a lot of situations. Now Kelsey Weems has come in the ball game and has got the 88s running.
Roger Lyons has to feel a little bit better than he did at halftime. They've played 3 now. Florida and Youngstown have, and Florida knocking off Youngstown by 20, Tom, 97-77. Pressure, and Troy Lewis oblivious to it. Eddie Hughes trying to find a little pocket in there, does, and Corbett comes up with the bucket. Oh, does Eddie Hughes make it happen or what? Corbett's first 2 on the night. Stroman just taking over now.
Well, the thing that Stroman does well is if you can get the basketball to him early. Now this situation, there's Eddie.
Yeah.
Nice pass inside. But I was going to mention on Stroman, if you can get the ball to him early, he's terrific at driving to the basket. Now, if he gets it and the defense gets set, not quite as dangerous. But if you get it down to him very quickly on the break, he does a tremendous job of getting to the hole.
He's got 10 in this quarter and 16 in the game. Well, as Hughes does it for Haley's team, it's been Stroman who's led the comeback in this third quarter. He gets them both. It's a 1-point game with a minute 2 left in the third.
Now there's Calgary in a half-court trap, and they'll do this periodically. And it's a little bit of a gamble. We'll see what happens here.
Well, Lewis missed, and the long rebound winds up in the hands of Eddie Hughes. They reset.
That sometimes happens when you're in any type of a zone. You don't have real good coverage on the defensive board.
Eddie Hughes, not that time. Stroman with the rebound. Ahead for Weems, and he was on the sideline. Quickly, Dayton wanted to trigger. Now, Tom, explain in what instances can you take that basketball and run when the referee doesn't have to touch it?
Well, anytime in the back court, he doesn't have to touch it. Now, I'm not sure why he called that particular play there, David.
Jaron Jackson wanted to make it happen that time. He draws the foul on Jerry Stuckey, Kelby Stuckey, excuse me.
Other than the 1-3 that Jackson hit when he first came in, he's been quiet here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but he's got 23. It's too shy of his season high.
But he had 20 in the first half.
Yeah, he sure did. Was that a defensive change, or did he run out of gas?
Not just the game, just kind of the complexion changes.
3-point lead, 23 seconds to go. 20 on that shot clock. This is 3-second differential from what you're watching right now, bottom right of your screen. And so Calgary will play for that last shot, or just about the last shot. 6 on the shot clock. Weems drives. No. Corbett with a rebound. Jackson had a chance in the corner. It wouldn't fall his way. This quarter belonged to the 88s. The Wings still lead by 3, 79-76, but hand it to Calgary. They were down by 15 at the halftime break. They were down by 17 at one point. They've made this a game. They trail by only 3.
Let me have one of those delicious potato chips, huh? Eagle. They're the best. What a name, huh? Eagle. Eagle means the best. I've got the perfect motto for the company, too.
What is that?
Aquila non capit moscas. That's Latin.
What does it mean?
The eagle does not catch flies.
I got one too. Tutto è finito.
What does that mean?
They're gonna fire us. Eagle snacks. Everyone loves them.
Before now, this is what you had to do to keep your feet cool, dry, and comfortable. Now you can do this. Introducing Tevas athletic shoes, the only shoes with a patented airflow system that draws cool air in and pushes hot air out for cooler, drier, more comfortable feet. New Tevas, cool under pressure.
What's that cool going down? What's that chill rushing through you? What's that eye that takes your breath away? That's a taste of real refreshment. That's the real Diet Coke. That's a taste of real refreshment. Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
We get set for the fourth and the final chapter here at Dayton, Ohio. The Wings lead Calgary 79-76. Well, the game has really changed. That third quarter, a defensive, physical struggle, Tom, and I thought that allowed Calgary to get back into it.
Well, I think one thing that's made a big difference, both teams have terrific depth, and so the game has had a lot of ebbs and flows. This is probably the hardest fought WBL game I've seen. I think it's just absolutely terrific basketball.
They are standing once again here at the Irvin J. Nutter Center. That was about the fourth time they just have stood in appreciation of the game. Now immediately they're going to go to Corbett down low. No. Offensive rebound by Troy Lewis. And a foul on the floor. Dayton for the game shooting 41%, which is below what they normally shoot, which is over 50%. Calgary at 46% for the game. That defense was really turned up a notch by Calgary. There's Troy Lewis in a big bucket.
Now that time Troy Lewis came off a baseline screen and nobody came out and picked him up. That was just a good offensive maneuver.
8 for him, and the lead back to 6, and a great pick of the pocket by Hughes. It's showtime for Ward. Joe Ward with 11 points. He's been the spark off the bench in many a game. England. Weems wide open. Missed that one. And Ward got the rebound.
See, that's just not his shot. That time Chip England created the situation. Kelsey is just not a good outside shooter. Probably should not have taken that shot.
There's Pat Haley, happy with the momentum. Great pickpocket. This guy's an athlete, huh?
Oh, yes, he is. Great jumper. Very inspirational type player. Joe Ward.
England just banging with Troy Lewis, and he's just too much. 5 points in a row for the young man from Purdue. And it's 86-76. Suddenly that lead is at 10. England wants to get loose, but look at the double team. Clark hangs. No. Weems is there, though. You know, you almost sense with Weems, he's really got to be on the move penetrating for him to get anything.
There's a situation now. Chip England just doesn't have the foot speed and really the lateral movement to play Troy Lewis that tightly.
Hey, he looks like a ballet star, Troy Lewis, when he makes his move, doesn't he? Had the toes stretched out and the fingertips up.
He really did. He had his arm extended. Nice job.
Baryshnikov Lewis. In the meantime, Weems hits a very important free throw for Calgary. He gets one more. Weems has 6 rebounds in this game, so he has made contributions there. No, Ward got the rebound. 86-77, 9-point lead for Dayton. They were down by 5 in the first quarter. They've led by as many as 17. Look at Hughes. Yes! He's up. 22 for Eddie Hughes. Corbett and Perry Young will be banging underneath and a foul called.
Eddie Hughes, very, very nice. He really had 2 crossover dribbles, shot the ball with his left hand, laid it up there very softly, got the roll.
Nice touch. The foul was called on Corbett. Weems will take a seat on the bench. And Calgary inbounds the ball. Can't foul out in this game. On the 7th foul, though, you get the ball and the shots. And there's Carlos Clark. They got it downstairs to him, and he connects, and they needed that one.
Well, Chip England does a great job on this. Now, he comes off a baseline screen. Both men switch out on him. Carlos Clark is open inside, gets the basket and the foul.
Good eyes by England and good eyes by Coach Nasalkin. 88-79. Clark can cut this to 8. No, he's got 17. Ward picked up the ball. Now Lewis is the shot. No.
Not a shot you want, David. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you want to use some clock,
That's
don't you?
right. Yeah, you don't want to take one that quickly in that particular situation.
7:43 left in the contest. 88-79 the score. Calgary trying to cut into the Dayton lead. Good pass down low, but Perry Young couldn't handle it. That was really tough defense, too. I thought that pass was going to make it. Jackson, who's been incredible, hits the big one there. Jaren Jackson. 27 for the night, a new season high for him. 91-79, the lead is 12. No doubt, Stroman took a walk. Calgary now with 11 turnovers, Tom. Dayton with 9 in this contest.
And Dayton has picked up that defensive intensity again and has taken Calgary out of some of the things that they want to do.
Calgary made that run in the 3rd quarter. It didn't look like they were spent, but now you start to wonder. Ward couldn't get it to go, but Dayton winds up with the ball. Good hustle by Corbett. Hughes, he almost popped the ball. That time he didn't get it to go. Thomas with a rebound. There's a 3-on-2 and a nice break. Stroman finishes for Calgary. He needed that one big time. It's a 10-point game. Tom, good crowd tonight. The official attendance 5,787. Troy Lewis with a quick move, and he back to touch.
You're exactly right on that day. That was a quick move. He got that shot off in a hurry.
93-81. Perry Young leaning on Corbett, and Corbett fouled him.
We'll get a chance to look at some classic fast break. There, Jim Thomas now comes down, makes the good pass at the top of the circle. Jerry Stroman, nice jump stop, lays the ball up and gets 2.
He really finishes a break too, you know.
He extends through, extends right to the basket.
Reminds me a little of Milt Wagner, the way he finishes for Memphis.
Yep. Corbett's doing a terrific job on Perry Young, and they're forcing him off the low post, making him go outside and face up.
Thomas with a big three-pointer. Downtown shot. Cuts the lead to 9-84. Points now for Calgary. Dayton's got the 93. Corbett with the moves inside. Oh, what a play. Anthony Corbett's got only 4 in the game, but he's hitting pressure shots. Stroman in trouble, kicks it out. Thomas, another 3 attempt. Oh, he starts to heat up.
And that's why Jim Thomas has been such a star in this league and also in the European Tour. Very, very heady player, can hit the clutch shot.
He's been around since Calgary started, 4 years with the 88s. He's got 15 in the game. It's an 8-point lead for Dayton. Troy Lewis, he's been on fire in the quarter. Finally cooled off. Jackson saved it though. Here's Ward, and good foul by Carlos Clark. Joe Ward has played very well.
Corbett gets the hoop here, but it's defensively where he's really made the difference.
He's been terrific, and Dayton on top again.
Wednesday nights, take a closer look at America's future Olympic stars on U.S. Olympic Showcase. See the U.S. National Weightlifting Championships and the USA versus Italy in volleyball. 7:30 Eastern on Sports Channel America, Wednesday.
Say your prayer.
Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
Nice work, Frank. What?
The only cop smart enough,
The water's over there, Frank.
brave enough, and man enough
Give me the strongest thing you got.
to star in the only movie big enough
How you doing, Trooper?
to be called The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, June 28th at theaters everywhere.
Take a look at Sports Channel America and see what's hot.
Welcome back to Dayton, Ohio. I'm Dave Woloshin along with Tom Nisulke. The Wings on top of Calgary, 95-87. You know, in the rehearsal before our open tonight, you predicted that Dayton would win this game. We didn't get to it in the open, but you're becoming a prophet, Mr. Nisulke.
I don't know about a prophet. I just felt that they had so much depth, and Calgary has played so well lately. You know, maybe they'd have a little bit of a letdown, and they have had a letdown here. Again, they've had about 2 letdowns that have really killed in this particular game.
But with both teams being so good, you got to figure Calgary wins the first 2. Dayton was bound to come back.
Well, they vastly improved themselves, and my guess would be here Dayton probably will win this game, Dave, without Hal Frederick the Great.
I know he hasn't played all that much.
Yeah, he has not played a lot, and that shows you what kind of ball club they have.
He hasn't played in the 4th quarter that I remember. He has only 8 points, and still Dayton leads in the rebounding battle 37-31, although he is their leading rebounder, Hal Frederick is. 10-point game, 97-87. Time dwindling, 4:48. Clark, good baseline move, and what a play. He switched hands and banged that off the glass. 8-point contest. Crowd into the game. Feel the tenseness. Hughes on the floor, was fouled. I think it's going to be Williams.
Well, Hughes has really come to life now here in the second half, and he started, or really in the fourth quarter, late in the third. Started out not doing very much in the third quarter. But he's really came back. He's come back and played great basketball.
If that goes in, I would have been amazed. That was Troy Lewis, who is a bit of a magician when it comes to O. He's a nice young guy, too. You ever talk with him? Personable?
Yeah, he is. Well, he was a communications major at Purdue. In fact, I think he was the color analyst for Anderson High School, his old school. I don't know if it was last summer or the winter before.
Is that right?
Uh-huh. But Mr. Basketball in Indiana, that's in 19, I believe, or 85, something like that. I mean, that's really something to be proud of.
So Keedy stolen away from Bobby Knight, huh?
Yep.
Lewis gets the second. He's got 8 in this quarter. He's a big-time player. 98-89. Strong. England just cannot get away from the defense. Lewis really picked his pocket. Hughes wanted to start a fast break. England had to foul him. It was a good foul. And it looked like Eddie Hughes might have strained the knee a little bit. He missed it. Touched the knee when he got hurt.
The thing is, Troy Lewis is doing a good job himself. Eddie Hughes is always right there. He's just got a great affinity for that basketball.
Some folks smell where it's going, and he knows. There's the young man, England, who made the foul. Chip, the sharpshooter, went to 2.
You talk about the way that can communicate, it's articulate. Chip England's the guy. There's Pat Haley. That's quite a University of Dayton duo. Pat was a former coach at Dayton. He's got Mike Sylvester, who was a great player, played over in Italy with Bob Morris, who's our director of international operations. We got Donald Smith, another assistant, who was a great University of Dayton player.
Well, Hughes missed a couple of free throws there. It allows Calgary to stay in this thing. 98-89. And the foul. That'll go on Jaren Jackson, who's had the season high tonight. 27 so far. Roger Lyons trying to figure out how his 88s and get back in this thing. Plenty of time. 3:51 to go, but they're down 9. They can cut it at the line. Strowman, 6 out of 7 from the stripe tonight. Now 6 out of 8, and that's a big miss, Tom.
That's a huge miss with only 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go.
And 11 in the third quarter. 2 in this quarter. 19 for the game, make it 20. That's a 8-point lead now for Dayton. It's going to start to get physical. Good steal, Weems. And now it's 6, 98-92.
Well, the last time they didn't have the ball in the hands of Eddie Hughes. This time they do.
Weems kind of sounded like Monica Seles hitting a backhand the way he screamed on the slam. Jackson. Oh, nice pass to Ward, and he put it home. 100-92. 3:14 left in the contest. Weems penetrates. Yes, nice play, Weems.
Now that's a great move. That's a good crossover dribble, and that's one of Kelsey Weems' strengths.
He's got 11. You see the time. 100-94. Dayton with the lead. Corbett found the open man. Ward with the finger roll. That was just a great pass.
Well, that particular time, Calgary went over to help defensively from the weak side and got burned.
Now Carlos Clark may have pulled the three-point trigger a little too quickly, and Calgary is fortunate to keep a hold of that ball. 2:33 left in the contest. Dayton leading Calgary 102-94. We're back in Dayton in just a moment.
Some men would rather live their lives sheltered in the harbor, and some would rather sail into life with the unmistakable scent of Old Spice. Clean, true, and classic. Old Spice, one of the legends of the sea.
Planning. Where'd I get the capital to start this business with my daughter? By investing for the long haul. And forget full commission brokers. I called Charles Schwab. Munis, mutual funds, blue chips, and I save plenty with Schwab's low commissions. Every day I tell my daughter, think long term. Make your own decisions. Be your own man.
For a free Schwab-backed kit, call toll-free 800-841-0300.
5,700 on hand, watching their Dayton Wings lead Calgary 102-94, 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. This young lady's captivated by the lead, isn't she? I'm Dave Voloshin along with Tom Nisaki. This has been one of the better WBL matchups of the year. The divisional leaders, Calgary in the north and Dayton in the south. And we've seen all kinds of spectacular plays.
You know, Dave, the way it looks right now, I've seen all the teams play, and I think you have. I think at this time, these are the two strong. They've got the two best records, but I think they're going to be the two teams to beat going down the wire because they both can withstand the injury to a serious player. There's Mike Sylvester, played against, as I said, Bob Morris in Italy for many, many years. Pat Haley, the new coach of Dayton, has done a great job and is really, he told me before the game that he has just gotten with it so much more. Imagine being out of it 12 years. Sylvester also played in the Italian Olympic team. He was has dual citizenship. Played in the 1980 Olympic Games, the only American, because we boycotted the games to get a medal.
What a move by Kelsey Weems. 6 in the quarter, 13 in the game, and it's down to 6 now. What will Eddie Hughes pull out of his hat here? He's been the magician tonight. That's a little far out for him, and that opens the door for Calgary. 2:04 left in the game. Stroman got the pick and fires the three. Ward got the rebound. Good foul by Carlos Clark immediately to stop the clock with 1:57 left.
I don't think it was a good foul. I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you should foul because you don't want to stop the clock right now. It doesn't make any difference. There's plenty of time. You just have to make a stop on them, and then you can make your fouls with maybe 40, 45 seconds to go.
Ward now with 7 rebounds in the game and picked up a big one there and the foul. And he is a pretty good free throw shooter, 82%.
If he makes these two, this almost puts the game out of reach. Whereas if they hadn't fouled, they go down, they put a good stop on. Calgary's still only down 6. Now this is really going to make it tough.
Now 4 out of 5 from the line, too. 103-96. Hit them both, and you're right. Now it's trouble, but there is still plenty of time. England. Oh, a big one there.
Tough shot, boy.
Yeah, that defense was pretty good.
Yeah, it was right in his face.
12 for England in the game. 104-99. No. Ward, what a play!
That was a killer, and Calgary had played good defense, but they did not block out Joe Ward.
Oh, he's tough to block out. That athletic move was absolutely amazing, and is he psyched up now?
Well, the thing is, he's an inspirational type player. He was always that way in college. Now watch, nobody gets him. Now he comes in from the weak side, 2 players standing underneath.
I think Carlos Clark did try to block out. He couldn't. He just skywalked on him.
Except you have to get him out farther away from the basket. He was too far underneath.
Weems with a big shot there. Different angle.
See, he comes right in. Carlos was way too far on the inside.
But still, great athletic ability to get up that high and hang like that. Weems hits the 2. And pressure. 106-101. Minute 34. Hughes, Weems watches him closely. Kills some clock as the shot clock not down to 7. Corbett backs up 3, a good steal. Weems. He's going to try to beat Hughes. He got the bucket, didn't draw the foul. He was trying hard. 106-103, a minute 9 to go. Jaren Jackson the other way. Here's a double team, and he fights his way out of that.
But you still don't need to foul. Still, you're only down 3. You don't need to foul. Just get a good defensive stop.
8 on the shot clock. You see the game clock.
Nice switch all over.
That was a shot. At the buzzer of the shot clock. What a play by Troy Lewis.
Poor defensive end. Poor defense down at the other end by Calgary.
108-103. Carlos Clark. Young got the rebound. Harry Young with a big bucket there. 36.8 seconds left. 108-105.
Still don't need to foul. Still don't need it.
And I don't think there was a foul. There was a timeout called by Pat Haley. Watch Dayton. When they had to have it, Troy Lewis delivered at the buzzer.
Right there, Chip England should have been off him. Tried to play him too tight. Troy Lewis went around. That was the big basket. But even in this situation, there's 35 seconds to go. It's 108-105. You still don't need to foul. 22 seconds left on the clock. You just have to get a good defensive stop. Then you can worry about fouls.
Troy Lewis has been absolutely critical. He's had 12 points in the quarter. Let's listen in to Roger Lyons.
I want you to be pointing mid. They got the basketball right here. Okay? So now you're pointing guys. We're right here. Wait till they cross the half-court line before you trap it. So now when we do trap it, JP and Kelsey's going to trap the basketball. Okay? JP and Kelsey. Just they shoot you to the lane, low to the lane.
That was Calgary. Now we go to Pat Haley in the wings huddle.
Well, Roger Lyons is saying as soon as they get the ball over half court, we're going to put on a half-court trap, try to make them cough the basketball up, and we can't, from here we can't hear what Pat Haley's talking about.
Well, let's set the scene for you. 35.7 seconds remaining in the game. Dayton leads Calgary 108-105. Dayton has the basketball. They have led almost throughout this game. They were down 5 in the first quarter. They had a 15-point halftime lead. They were up by 17. Calgary had a great third quarter, cut it to 3, and then they've been struggling back and forth. They've never taken the lead in this quarter. And even though Dayton has clawed ahead up to 9-10 points, Calgary never lost sight of the game.
Okay, half-court trap. Here it is. Here it is. Try to make them cough the basketball up.
And they almost do. A jump ball.
They did a nice job. Roger said as soon as they get the ball over half court, we go into our half-court trap. We're going to try to make him cough the basketball up, throw the interception. He didn't get the interception, but he got the jump ball. Pat Haley can't be real happy because all they need to do is spread the floor.
They want to make a change here. They will bring in Anthony Corbett. And Steppe takes his seat on the bench for the moment. The jump will be Troy Lewis and Jim Thomas. No arrows in this game. Calgary got it. They're down 3. 25 seconds to go.
Now they can still go for the 2 or the 3. They don't have to get a 3. They can go to score it and then foul. They just Chip will go for the 3 here.
Weems may have to. 7 on the shot clock. He'll take it inside. No. Weems got it back. No. Out of bounds. No. It was taken by Hughes. Up ahead to Jackson, and this is going to end the game. 0.2 of a second left. And Dayton has put Calgary away. 110-105 is the score. The fans excited. They know they've got a winner. There's been some debris thrown on the playing surface. The referee, Mike Foote, clears it. Calgary will put it into play. They had their chance, but boy, did Dayton play great defense. And that'll end it. 110-105. Tom Nisolke, we said this was a game of D. That's how Dayton took the lead in the second quarter. It's how Calgary got back in the third quarter. It's how Dayton won the game in the last 20 seconds.
Oh, it was terrific basketball. It started out like it was going to be about 140 to 130, but terrific defense. Just a great basketball game here tonight.
So the Dayton Wings, the leaders of the Southern Division, get the psychological advantage, at least at this point in the season. They beat the Northern Division leaders, Calgary. They stopped their 12-game win streak, and Calgary now is 17-6 on the year. Dayton improves to 16-7. They have won 6 straight. And we'll be back for a final word in just a few moments. Again, the final, 110-105. Dayton has defeated Calgary.
5 minutes away from your nice, safe neighborhood, there's a war going on. And the news isn't covering it.
Either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood.
Boys in the hood. It's the kind of news that usually gets buried. Rated R. Coming July 12th to a theater near you.
Welcome back to Dayton, Ohio, in the Irvin J. Nutter Center, where the 5,700 on hand, empty now, to the parking lot in great spirits. Their ball club has defeated the Calgary 88s. Oh, what a ball game it was tonight. It started off with Calgary on fire. Dayton took control at the half. They built up a 17-point lead. Calgary answered and closed it to 3 at the end of the 3 quarters. But then, coming down the wire, Calgary had a chance to tie the game, but Dayton denied it with unbelievable defense. We'd said earlier in this broadcast that Calgary had controlled Dayton in the first 2 games they played, and that was the case. But Dayton has made some changes. They brought in 3 different players. They are Eddie Hughes, Jaron Jackson, and Joe Ward, and those guys scored 22, 27, and 20 respectively, and what a difference it made. It accounted for the first Dayton victory over Calgary this year. It stops that 12-game win streak that Calgary had enjoyed, and it really propels Dayton. Now they have won 6 straight and 13 of their last 15. What a great story it is beginning to become here in Dayton as the Wings really start to take off. Here is the way the last play came down. They wanted to get the ball to England to shoot the 3 to tie, but he was tied up completely. There's a bit of a double team. And there wasn't much room for Kelsey Weems. He had a force, it wouldn't go. Weems again put up an air ball. He knew time was running down. You see the clock. And then it was just an easy showtime for Joe Ward. Ward with the 20. So the new combination with Ward and with Jackson and with Eddie Hughes, the difference. And finally, Dayton has defeated Calgary. Tom Nasalki is standing by. He's got a very happy coach with him.
Pat, let's talk a little bit about the game. Now, first of all, about 3 weeks ago, I talked to you in Memphis. You weren't sure if you're going to like coming back into coaching.
Well, I'll tell you, this has been quite an experience. We played what we feel, and we still feel it, even though we beat them, the best team in the league. Calgary is a veteran ball club, and they do a great job. And we shot well in that one spurt in the second quarter and made a big run on them. But they fought the whole game. Big steal there late. We've got all the respect in the world for them.
Well, let's talk. How does it feel to be back after 12 years? I first met you in the early 70s. We were both getting started in this game, and we shared a little philosophy one night, and then you were out of it. I followed you along for a long time. You were at Dayton, you were at Bowling Green, and then you went into private business, and then you came back when Don Danaher was not able to take the job, and you jumped back in.
Well, it's been quite a shock. I've only been back 2 months. We've played 23 games now, I think. It's quite an exhausting situation. I know one thing, business world's a lot easier than this.
Now, what about in making these changes, because you've really remade your club? Now, Roger Lyons has had a group of players together for a long time. Dayton is an expansion team. You came in as a new coach, really didn't even know the league, and have had to change and now have one of the top teams in the league.
Well, the biggest factor was I had never seen a game in the league, and we started out with Brooks Steppe, our big guard, as a small forward. And we played the first game against Florida, and they beat us by 22 points right here on this floor, and I was amazed. I said, this isn't the way our team should be composed. We've got to be more physical, bigger, and all those type of things. So we made 3 changes. We brought in Joe Ward and Jaron Jackson and Eddie Hughes. And Eddie gave us the stability in the backcourt, and the other 2 guys gave us some physical play and some good shooting, and that's been the whole difference.
I'll tell you another thing I noticed tonight, Pat. You won it. You didn't have to use Alfredrick Hughes. He's under better control now that I've seen him any time since he's been in the WBL. I mean, you've got him playing hard. He's always played hard, but he's playing more as a team guy. Watch him over on the bench. Your team was winning without him, and he was there cheering and actually looked like he wanted you to win big without him.
Well, we've got a situation here where our ownership does a nice job with the players. Don Donaher is our general manager, and he's good. And we've just got a family atmosphere here. And Alfredrick has played in other situations where the teams have folded because of lack of attendance and lack of support from ownership. Here we've got a great franchise, and we take the players out to eat a lot. We work with them constantly, and we preach that winning's everything, not how many points you score, not how much time you get to play. And it's tough, but like today, he didn't get to play that as much as he usually does. But he's our best player. Don't forget that.
Pat, do you love basketball now as much as you used to?
I'd rather be sitting up there watching it, to tell you the truth.
Well, thanks a lot for coming on. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Lon.
All right, David, it's back to you.
Great win for Pat Haley and his Dayton Wings. They have won 6 in a row. They have won 13 of 15, and they got a psychological edge tonight as they defeat the Calgary 88s by 3 here at home at the Irvin J. Nutter Center. We're back with a finish in just a moment.
When your office is 200,000 acres of rugged woodland, you need a deodorant you can depend on. Men count on Old Spice to help prevent odor before it starts. It kills odor-causing bacteria on contact. 99%. That's effectiveness you can count on with the clean, classic scent of Old Spice.
Hi, Aunt. Tough day at the office.
You bet. Old Spice deodorant, because prevention is the ultimate form of protection. Count on it.
Planning. Where'd I get the capital to start this business with my daughter? By investing for the long haul. And forget full commission brokers. I call Charles Schwab. Munis, mutual funds, blue chips, and I save plenty with Schwab's low commissions. Every day I tell my daughter, think long term. Make your own decisions. Be your own man.
For a free Schwab-backed kit, call toll-free 800-841-0300.
110-105. That's the final here in Dayton. The Wings over the Calgary 88s by 5. Dave Woloshin and Tom Nisalke once again with you. Tom, I think you made a great point with Pat in that they win this game without Alfredrick Hughes.
Well, that's probably the first time in Alfredrick's career that he hasn't been in there at the end, but I think it says a lot for the makeup of their club, the job they've done in putting this thing together here, because it's one thing to have an established team. It's another thing to start out. And really, Don Donaher hadn't had any experience in the league. So this gives you got to give a lot of credit to their ownership and management here.
Yeah, absolutely. A terrific ball game. People talk about the WBL offense. It was the defense that was the key here tonight. Well, once again, we remind you next week the World Basketball League Game of the Week returns, and we've got a dandy. It'll be Calgary again against the Erie Wave, a special time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Pacific, only on Sports Channel America. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Once again, the final, Dayton a winner over Calgary, 110-105. For Tom Nisalke, I'm Dave Woloshin saying so long from Dayton, Ohio.